Okay, so as we know, the Sportster sucks on the highway.
I give it to you. You got me there.
Right.
So
It's got the power to keep up. It's got the power to just go along the highway. It's fine in that regard. It's just not comfortable. It's not fun. Past 65, 70 miles an hour, it's not fun anymore. Predominantly because of the best thing about it is the bike's stripped back, old school look and feel. It doesn't lend itself well to more refined riding. And you know what, I hear all the complaints all the time. People test ride this bike. A lot of the feedback was, there's too much wind. Well fucking duh. Are you fucking stupid? I'm doing something today which might not do anything to help that, but does, in my opinion, look really cool. And if it can just keep some of this wind from this part of my, you know, hitting me straight in the chest, pushing me off the bike when I'm riding. You can pick these up. I know a lot of people buy them on like Amazon and or eBay. This is the most animalistic and barbaric unboxing video you'll ever see. It's just me ripping something open. Fuck it. Be a man. I'll put the link up to this if you guys are interested, because when I was looking, I was struggling to find one that said it fitted a 2018 Harley Sportster, which is what this is. And a lot of them said wouldn't fit after a certain year. So this one said it does, so fingers crossed. Your mountain bracket, and then we've got the fairing itself here. I think it looks pretty cool. That's gonna go and sit just over that. Like I said, it's not gonna do a massive amount, but if you see, just block some of this wind, that will be great. You don't need a massive amount of kit to do this. What we're gonna need, a screwdriver to pull this off. In the UK, a 19mm socket, or if you're American, you need a 3/4 inch, I believe it is. Again, I do millimeters, you do bald eagle per freedom, or whatever the conversion ratio is. Appropriate size socket to go into these two. And that's about it, I think, tool-wise, but we'll find out as we go along. I'm not an expert. I am doing this, making it up as I go along, so you guys can follow along. And if I make a mistake and I don't pick up on it, let me know, because there'll be people watching this video that want to do it, so be a good Samaritan and let them know. There's kind of like 3 steps to this. Step 1, get all this shit loose. Step 2, get the bracket on the bike. Step 3, get the cowl on the bracket. Job done. So, step 1, it is. This thing, literally that fucking easy. You won't need to put that back on, but don't lose it in case you ever want to put your bike back the way it was. You'll need 19mm socket. I've got this on a 1/2 inch wrench in there, and we're going to loosen this up. That was really easy. I thought that would be a lot harder than it was. Stay. Okay, so we'll need this with the spacer on top. Don't actually need this bit right now. Oops. What the fuck? There's like a bolt on the bottom of it. I thought I was missing one of the bolts that holds the cowl in on, but it's jammed itself in fucking the nut I'm trying to use. Well, that was an unnecessary ball ache. Thanks, whoever the fuck sold me this. Anywho, that can now go on. Now this does hold the headlight in place, same as the old one did, so you do want to make sure that your headlight is kind of pointed right, and then you can go ahead and tighten that down. And this doohickey goes above that, just comes in the way it was. So, with that on, we now need to loosen these two up. I don't know if we need to take them out or not. Yeah, I think we do. I think we do actually. So these, again, not very tight. That's that one out. That one's a lot tighter. In fact, this one feels like it's been out before and then cross-threaded back in. That's what it feels like. I might just, oh, shit. Glad I put that down. Make sure you don't do that. Support it. And I believe they replaced... Oh, by the way, don't expect any instructions. Hence the point of the video, I guess. I've seen a guy put these in and just and shatter them. I'm going to take the helmet off of this bit and put it right there, but I've seen him over tighten these and he massively messed it up, so let's not do that. I'm not going to use those bolts. I refuse to. They're cheap and they're going to ruin things. My life being one of them. See? They're fucking cheese. I'll show you in a second what I mean. But why I'm taking these out? Suffice to say, don't fucking bother with them. Got my back, you bastards. Look at that. They weren't even tight. I didn't tighten them all the way up because I fucking feared what would happen if I did. So we're gonna have to come up with another solution here because I want this fairing on, but not at the expense of part of my bike. So that doesn't work. Don't use the fucking bolts. They're shit. You'll end up rounding them out. What I'm gonna try and do instead is put the original bolts in and bend this bracket basically. I'd rather bend the bracket than fuck up the bike. But it still work. Best case scenario, everything fits and it's fine. Either way, I'm gonna unequivocally say, do not use the bolts that come with the kit. Do not. Don't even think, oh, I'll try it and see how it goes. Don't do it. They suck. See? That's how it's meant to fucking happen. Just in and done. Okay, so I've got the bracket on using the original bolts by placing the spacers between the bracket and the bolt. I don't know if it's all going to line up. I don't. But I'm not putting those bolts in. They were these things. Awful. We're going to attempt to put the cowl on. They definitely missed a bolt. And that is one of these little ones. I believe you need 4 of those, and they sent 3 in the kit. Put the first one of these bad boys in. It will be worth the stress when it's on, because then it will look cool. I can see that top one being an absolute bitch, I'll be honest. Overarching advice for this is, if you're planning on doing this, just don't do it. Not worth it. Get a puppy instead. Moving the speed over a bit, so I can get some bolts in here. Move this out of the way. Try not to stretch any of the wires, but I'm just kind of leaving it pull back a bit so I can get under the last of these 2 bolts. There's no way I would have got there without taking that off. Put those 3 bolts up, got them all good. I think it looks really good. So that's the final product. Let's go see if this made any difference at all on the road. The answer is not really. You know what, it may have actually done something. I love it. I've got a long trip planned next week on the motorway as well, a lot of it, so I'll do my in-depth review then.